Inebriated Brian.
Thank you.
Inebri.
Hello, baby. Hello, nasty. Hello there. Hello. I say hello. Hello, friend. Well, hello, little girl. Hello, my treacherous friends. Hello, operator. The beginning of everything. Welcome back, my friends. It's showtime.
Hey everybody, it's The Brink of Sanity. Let's call it episode 206. Sure.
Let's call it like you don't know.
Yeah, let's call it something like that. All right, we got Mark, and we got Bry, who's drinking for the first time since high school.
That's not true.
And we got Will. How you doing, Will?
What's up, man?
Bri, you off or on the wagon, depending on what the actual correct phrase is?
No, I drink. I just not lately, but that's all.
What's the occasion for being drunk tonight?
I bought a scorpion bowl online, an actual bowl, and I bought all the liquor to make it, and I just started making my own.
What is in a scorpion bowl? Schnapps?
A scorpion bowl is, you get that at a Chinese restaurant. It's gin, vodka, light rum, dark rum, 151, grenadine, orange, and pineapple juice.
Jesus.
You bought grenadine?
I did. I spent $146 at the liquor store to buy all this shit.
Are you killing yourself tomorrow? What happened?
You spent $146 to talk to us on the podcast.
I didn't. No, I wasn't invited to the show. I had to invite myself to the show.
I'm going to spend my life savings on a scorpion bowl mixture, and then Jay's doing a podcast. I'll go on the show before I kill myself.
Well, I mean, in my defense, I needed rum, vodka, gin, and 151 from my bar anyway. So
This is going to get out of hand real quick, I could tell.
I'll be asleep in 5 minutes. Don't mind me.
Will, did you buy yourself a scorpion bowl?
Will's already asleep.
What scorpions? Yeah, I love them. Scorpions, bowls, jigsaw puzzles.
So,
anything you can find at a garage sale. I love it.
you could buy scorpions in garage sales now? I got to start hitting these things.
Maybe like a scorpion bowl, like the bowl is
full of scorpions.
Yes. Delicious.
The whole garage sale is an unregulated industry. You can buy
anything at a garage sale these days.
Well, it's time to start making traps.
Show's already fascinating.
It is. So everyone in my department at work is getting an office.
Except
you.
Yes. True story, except me.
But do you actually do any work?
I don't know where this theory came from that I just drift through life with these jobs where I don't do anything.
Because I've known you for like 15 years. That's why.
Well, okay. Well, that's a valid point.
And Will's known you longer, so.
I haven't known you quite as long, but I do get 37 emails from you a day, so I can't imagine you're that productive.
Yeah, but what am I doing in those 10 minutes that I'm not emailing you funny articles?
I know I'm not productive.
Yeah, because you respond to every single one of those.
Right away. I'm bored as hell.
Yeah. So, yeah, anyway, everyone in the entire office is getting an office except me.
Did they do like a rose ceremony where like, Jay, you're the only one knocking an office, but oh well, we'll try again next year.
Well, I got a cubicle all the way in the corner, so it's actually more private because all
That's actually good because I'm all the way in the back of my office too, so it works out well.
Yeah, all the offices are shared, so you're in this tiny little office, like back to back with another person, and it's actually there's no privacy at all. So I'd rather my little shunned cubicle in the back.
Is that how you're making yourself feel better?
Yes, that's totally how I justified it. My self-esteem is not exactly at an all-time high this week.
Is there a window?
Whoa! You have self-esteem? Since when have you had self-esteem?
I did like a couple weeks ago, but then I got a new pair of glasses because I had LASIK 3 years ago, and it already wore off.
I got to start listening to the show because I don't know what's going on anymore.
I got to point out, drunk Bri he's throwing like haymakers. He's like, oh, you don't have self-esteem. What the hell's wrong with you, Jay? You're drifting through life.
I love
Jay.
drunk Bri.
Like I said, I've known Jay a long time.
Bri is only allowed on the show drunk.
Oh yeah, go on the show so I could make fun of Jay. Sure, why not?
We wouldn't have a show if people didn't just rip into me.
Yeah, really.
Will, do you want to rip into Jay?
He's biding his time.
I'm eating.
We interrupted Will's dinner.
Will, what's
I only eat the show. Like, I'm
Will,
starving.
Will, you're only allowed to do the show with us when you're eating dinner.
You guys have a lot of rules.
Yeah.
you know what's weird? So this is kind of I found this. The government has released all these new guidelines for what you're supposed to eat, and they basically have said they've been advertising that you've been supposed to eat a low-fat diet for the last like 30 years, and they said recently that's completely wrong. A low-fat diet's actually bad for you.
It's not the fat; it's the carbs and the salt that are bad for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I know
still
because my dad was just in the hospital because he had a heart attack and had to have open heart surgery. And when he got out, they said, eat low salt. Don't worry about fat. Don't worry about that. Just low carbs, low salt.
Well, I figured it out because I ate nothing but carbs and got really fat.
Jay, do you not hear this at the echo behind you?
I do hear the echo. I still think it's on your end.
It's like we're doing the show in a damn cave.
I only hear it when you're talking and when and that's it. I don't hear it with when Bri or Will's talking.
Yeah, Mark.
Maybe it is me.
You're
Whatever.
fucking up the entire show.
Totally fucking it up.
Just because your kid is 52 weeks old on Monday, I mean, now you got to have an echo?
My daughter's 1 on Monday. It's exciting.
I'm so glad
For
you're doing
only
that.
me, only my family is exciting, not for you.
Well, I'm glad you're not counting the weeks for the first 3 years of your child's birth.
I'm counting the hours. We're up to she will be, I guess, 24 hours times something like 1,200 hours. Does that sound about right?
Sure. I don't feel like doing math right now. Let's play a game.
Okay.
All right. So, Rolling Stone, we've tore them apart before because they do terrible lists, and they ranked every single Saturday Night Live cast member, and it's just as terrible as their normal list. So I'm gonna name a Saturday Night Live cast member, and there's 141.
Okay.
So
And
guess
we'll go through 140 of them.
no, we're gonna do like 5.
Guess what decade they're in, or like tens?
No. Just guess where Rolling Stone ranked them.
So
Okay.
then they rank them from 1 to 141, like all like the best one and the 141st cast member.
Right.
Okay.
All right. So this is. Well, I guess you guys get
This
it.
will be good. I like this.
Will, are you going to participate, or are you on the
Yeah.
bus with the
Oh,
Sprouts?
I was gonna say, is the dude the kid from Good Burger? Is he number 1?
He's got to be like 87.
Here's the thing. I hate Saturday Night Live. I've never found any of it fucking funny. Like even going back to like the old, like the Bill Murrays and the Steve Martins, who I would hope is number 1, Steve Martin. Going back to that, I hated it. I think Mad TV, as much as that sucked, had funnier bits.
Mad TV was way better. I was
Way-
so mad when that got
SNL is
canceled.
very
Way
overrated, but like from the beginning until Mad TV started, it was the only one. That's the problem.
You know, at the time, like, you know, think back then and you think of, all these dudes that went on to make these, you think
Yeah.
of a show that you could tune into on a weekly basis that had like Eddie Murphy and Steve Martin.
Right.
You know, that was a big deal because there was nothing else. Right, but it's
right.
like in current years, dude, fucking like a random like college humor video is funnier than anything
Right.
on fucking an episode of SNL.
I literally know a cast member. That's how like bottom of the barrel they've gotten.
Who do you know? Rob Schneider?
John Milheisner. He was on 2 years ago and lasted like 6 episodes.
Oh, all right. All right, let's give some names here.
Yeah, throw them out.
Okay, first one, Norm Macdonald.
He should be 12.
Oh, and Mark, I already told you this one, so don't jump in yet.
Okay, because I'm going to pretend like I didn't know.
Right.
He should be. Wait, what's the highest number?
1.
No.
No, they started the list with
The other-
12.
141 is the low.
No, the list is from 12 to 154.
Okay, he should be like
Wait,
12, but I bet he's 131.
Will?
Yeah, I agree. I'm sure, we wouldn't be talking about this. I would put him in the top 30, maybe top
Yeah.
20.
He's top 20. He's
Realistically. I don't know how long
But
he was
because
on.
he got
I don't know how
fired,
long he was on. That has a little bit to do with it too. How long were they actually, a cast member?
I mean, in the opposite, like against him at least, like he was really good in the news, but that was pretty much it. He wasn't like good in bits or
He
that
was
great.
good
at
at
bits.
Burt Reynolds.
Yes, actually, he was brilliant at Burt Reynolds. Never mind, I'm corrected.
Yeah, that's true.
Jay?
135.
Yeah. What'd I say? Something
I
like
think
that?
you said 112.
Close.
Yeah.
So
I
it's an
would
accurate list.
Yeah.
I basically put him up in ahead of everyone that's been on the show for the last decade, at least.
Well, the thing is, they have their sort of justification on here, and their justification is that he is a Dennis Miller ripoff, which leads me to believe they've never seen either person do comedy because they're nothing alike at all.
So he's a funnier version of Dennis Miller?
They're nothing alike. I don't
Dennis
even
Miller's
understand.
not funny.
Dennis Miller used to be funny. He was actually good at the news. I totally, but he just was like a totally different sense of humor than
Yeah, they're
than
completely
Norm.
different. I don't.
Norm had the best Weekend Update ever.
Yeah, I think so.
He got fired for it. I mean, that's how you know it's the best. He got fired for doing it.
I thought Miller was really good, but Kevin Nealon was really good as well.
He was.
Kevin Nealon was good too, but Norm was better.
Why, after Norm left the show, did they only put unfunny people in that role? It just like they just like lit it on fire and said, "Screw the news. No one's gonna have to watch this part of the show anymore."
I don't know. Jay, who's next?
Who's next? We are going to go with. I didn't even know Sarah Silverman was on the show.
She was on for like a year, and I don't think she had any appearances, so I'll give her like 145.
I'm gonna say
Plus, I don't think she's very funny, so I'll give her like 145.
She was a funny woman, even though she wasn't even barely on the show. They're gonna randomly put her at 100. And Will's eating. Go. What's the answers?
101. You actually nailed that one.
She's not funny. She's not funny. I'm sorry, she's not.
Well, she was barely on the show. I don't understand why.
I don't remember her ever being on the show.
Norm Macdonald was on the show every week for many years. She was in 3 bits in like 2 years. And
was she on for like 2 seasons?
1 season, I believe.
She's not. She's not funny. Number one.
It's weird because they probably said, like, here are the people we hate for whatever reason. Right. We put them really low, and then the people we really love. And then in the middle, we just put people who are barely on the show.
But, I mean, there's weird people that have been on for 1 year. Like, Robert Downey Jr. was on for a year.
He's dead. He's dead last, by the way.
Julia Louis-Dreyfus was on for a year. Like,
Are they doing only cast members or people that were writers also? Because David was only a writer.
David who?
Larry David.
No, they're just doing full-time cast.
He was a cast member, but he was never on. Like Chris Rock was never on.
Okay, Chris Rock. Let's start with
Chris Rock. Chris Rock's probably like 87.
He was the token black. On. He was like the token black guy for a while.
But he was never on. He'll even tell you he was never on. Chris
okay,
Rock, Jay.
Well, I gotta find it. I'm going in a certain order.
Come on, Jay. What the fuck? All right, what's the next one then?
Okay. The guy I knew, John Milheisner.
I don't even know who that is. 152.
You said he was on. Well, you said he was on 6 episodes. So I'm going to say
152.
140.
What? 79-ish?
Will's a lot closer. 85.
But you said he was only on 6 episodes.
Yeah, apparently whoever wrote this hates Norm that much that they made this person 50 spots higher.
Jay, are you on the list?
Everybody hates Donald.
It's an insane list. I don't understand what they're doing at all.
Jay, without spoiling it, can you tell me who number 1 was, or is that one of the?
Is without spoiling it.
I mean, is number one of the people you're going to quiz us on, or can you just tell us who number 1 was?
Is the dude that did the list the guy that fired Norm Macdonald?
Isn't that Lauren Michaels?
No, wasn't it like the guy from NBC who was it? Lauren Michaels was friends with OJ.
OJ?
No, it was Dick Ebersol.
Dick Ebersol, yeah, he was like friends with OJ, and that's why he was making.
Yeah, that's why he got fired because Norm Macdonald was like, OJ's a fucking murderer.
And then he came on the show, back on the show, guest hosting, and did the best opening monologue ever on the whole show.
Yep.
Where he was like, I guess it's not that I'm not suddenly funny. The show is just now unfunny enough that I can be back on the show.
All right, Horatio Sands.
Ugh. 92.
Who is it?
He's the
heard of him.
He's the fat Mexican guy that laughs through every single skit.
But now he's not fat anymore.
Higher than he should be. That's my guess.
82.
Okay, where is he?
He is 58, which is
wow,
way too high for him.
The funniest sketch ever on Saturday Night Live he was in, and it's the Cork Soaker episode with Janet Jackson.
I don't even know what that is.
I don't know what that is.
If you download the SNL app and search Cork Soaker,
I will not.
I'm telling you, it's the funniest episode.
I'll look it up on YouTube. I'm not downloading an
All right,
SNL
all
app.
Right. All 12 of our listeners don't know what you're talking about.
It's a play on words of cocksucker
I got that.
instead
I
of
got
Cork Soaker.
Yeah.
And it's
Jay,
very
could you-
funny.
Instead of saying Horatio Sands, can you pick cast members anyone's heard of?
I know.
All right, Daryl Hammond.
Okay, that's a good one.
41.
I'm gonna say 25.
If he's higher than 50, this is a fucking sham.
Why?
He was on the show. Why?
He was one of the better cast members.
That's
He's
what
on
I'm
the show
saying.
for-
If he's lower than 50. Jay, higher means 51 or higher.
Brian, could you go back to your Scorpion Bowl for a second?
I'm all out. I can't reach one.
I don't even know what Bry's saying anymore.
If it's 51 to 154, that's bad.
Okay.
I think Brian's an accountant. He knows.
Yeah. It's
What's the answer?
49.
All right. I said 51.
Yeah, well, 49 I think is kind of low for him.
Okay, who's
Okay.
good one?
Let's go with...
Wasn't he like a sex offender or something though? Didn't he have some kind of?
I think that was a fake
think he-
article.
I think he was sexually abused, actually,
Well, who hasn't?
or
Okay.
allegedly. Oh, I don't know. Something bad happened to him.
Keenan Thompson, the guy from Good Burger.
Yay.
151.
2.
There's only 141.
Oh, 138.
80.
Number 1.
We're all agreed he's terrible, right?
He's kind of funny. I like his expressions.
What's up with that?
I like that
Yeah.
skit where he smiles through his entire routine.
You mean every skit?
Everything he's ever been on.
He's corpsing.
46.
What?
So this whole list is ridiculous.
Black?
That was the explanation, Rolling Stone. Because he's black. Who else?
You guys want to do Martin Short?
Ugh, I hate Martin Short.
Why do you hate Martin Short?
Bri, do you
I-
like?
I-
Who do you like, Bri?
Martin Short's not funny. Martin Short creeps me out.
Forget that, Bri. Who do you like?
In terms of what?
This show SNL.
Who do you like?
I like.
Who do you want to
I-
have like a 3-year like non-committal relationship with?
Like people from SNL?
Yes.
Okay, Jason Sudeikis.
Well, all right. Martin Short admitted at the thingy there that he was only on for 1 year.
Okay, Jason Sudeikis.
He admitted he was only on for 1 year. Like it's
Yeah,
just
he
a
said he was
fact.
only on for 1 year. So I'll give Martin Short
He revealed that he was on.
79. 79.
He revealed he had a penis.
79.
125. He was barely on the show.
He was Ed Grimley, though.
He was Ed Grimley, yeah. Yeah, that's a big character.
That's huge.
It's huge. He had a cartoon. He had a fucking piece.
64.
What other character on Saturday Night Live had a Saturday morning cartoon? Name him. Go ahead.
That's it. That's the end
First
of the
Lady?
list.
No.
No.
What cartoon did he have?
Ed Grimley. He had a fuck. It was a cartoon. Look it up. Ed Grimley.
You didn't watch every episode of Ed Grimley?
I don't know what that is.
You're missing out.
He had a pet fish. He had a, it was a
He
great
was-
show. It's
he
on
was-
CBS. I'm gonna go with let's say 30-ish.
Yeah, he was 29.
All right, yeah.
Oh, one season of the show.
See, I was right. I predicted their fucking stupidity. This list, it's backwards.
It is. It's pretty backwards.
Okay. How about Adam Sandler?
Did you say Chris Rock?
Why? Yes.
Didn't we already do Chris Rock?
No, weren't you
He
asking
was
about
brought up.
him?
He was brought up.
Oh.
Okay, good.
Chris Rock will be in the 60s only because he was never on.
I'm gonna say 37. They're gonna give him a high rating because he's
I'll
pretty.
give him
funny.
the 60s.
He
I'm
was,
gonna say he's up there just for the name alone. They're gonna top 20 probably.
apparently he was on for 4 years.
But he was never.
He was
in
on for a
any
while.
skits.
Yeah, he wasn't in any skits. That's true.
He'll tell you he wasn't in any skits.
Everyone will tell you there weren't any skits, according to Bry.
Well, that was good enough to get him the number 21 ranking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because they basically go on like present fame.
Black.
I know. I can tell you the top 10 right now. Like Chevy Chase, Steve Martin. None of the guys. John Lewis isn't
Wait.
in the top 20. I'll tell you that.
Okay,
Good.
how about Fred
Can we
Armisen?
get- oh, that's a good idea. Can
Let's see if we can
guess
get the
the
cat-
top 10?
Let's get the top 10. Number one, I'm gonna say number one is Steve Martin.
Steve Martin, I agree. I think he should be number one, and I would put Chris Farley at number 2.
I think Belushi.
Oh, Belushi could be up there.
Sure. They're going to be top 10.
Okay, well, let's number one. Are we right or not, Jay?
One of you guys was right.
What did Bryce say?
No, Bryce never. John Belushi.
I am right.
Okay, number two has to be...
Aykroyd.
Really?
Aykroyd kind of sucks.
Yeah, Aykroyd is... Don't let current Dan Aykroyd fool you. Dan Aykroyd is a comedic genius.
Who's the highest rated woman?
You're not
There
gonna-
are none.
No, there's...
And Kristen Wiig, and she's not fucking
No,
funny.
I say Murphy Brown. Yeah,
Steve Spade has
She's never
Church
on
David.
that show.
There's 3 females in the top 10.
3?
Wow. Okay, Julia...
That's bullshit.
By the way, Will, you're not coming in at all anymore.
List is bullshit. You get 3 women in Italia. Okay.
3 women. One's
That's it.
got to be Kristen Wiig.
Jay, can we
The
fix
other one's
Will's
gotta be-
mic?
Do you have a bad connection, Will?
I don't know. Do I?
It seems to be working now. You were
Okay.
breaking up before.
I'm picking the mic out of it just because last time I was on my puppies were popping.
Kristen Wiig, bitch with the glasses, whose name I can't remember.
Don't use their real name. It's bitch with the wig.
Bitch with the glasses. What's her name?
It's going to be Julie Louis
No,
Dreyfus,
Tina Fey.
Tina Fey,
Kristen
and,
Wiig. And
so Jay, are you going to jump in and tell us anything if we're right instead of just laying Brian
Oh,
off?
I'm just
wait,
enjoying this.
there's 3 women in the top 10, right, Jay?
Yeah.
All right, so we all guessed 3 women.
Tina
I
Fey is...
say Tina Fey, Kristen Wiig, and Molly Shannon.
It's going to be Julie Louis Dreyfus, whatever, Tina Fey, and Candace Bergen, whatever.
Well,
I don't even know any of the fucking women that would be. I really don't.
Jay, did I get them all?
No. The only one you guys got right was Tina Fey at number 3.
Is she really number 3?
Rita Rudner.
She's number 3 on this stupid list.
Well, obviously, that's absurd. So number 2 in this list. So we got John Belushi. Number 2 has to be.
Chevy Chase.
You're never
No,
going to get
Chase
it.
was
I'm
on the show
forgetting
for
Will
1
Ferrell.
year.
I know Will Ferrell's got to be up in there. He's going to be top 5.
He saved SNL.
Eddie Murphy.
Adam Sandler.
Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy, yeah.
Bang!
So it's John Belushi, Eddie Murphy, and then Tina Fey. Come on.
Yeah. It gets worse.
They're just trying to. That's what it is. They're just trying to get talked about.
Adam Sandler.
We fell for it. We fell for it. We're talking about it. That's all they wanted. They didn't give a shit.
Adam
It's not
Sandler
real.
is not the top 10.
Just written by a woman. Like who compiled this list?
I don't know who compiled this list, but it's a stupid person who did not put Dana Carvey in the top 1.
Dana Carvey sucks. I hate Dana Carvey.
Dana Carvey was
Right,
one of
hang
the
on,
best.
No, I'm sorry. Dana Carvey's insanely overrated.
Right,
No,
who do you like in the show?
underrated.
Under
Overrated.
Dana
Right.
Carvey should be in the top 5.
No.
Forget that, Brian. Who's your top 3 cast members?
Top 3. Okay. Now, do I have to count when I watched or all time? Because I obviously didn't watch the Belushi.
No,
Aykroyd.
rank the guys you've never
Just guys
seen
you
before.
think are funny.
Christ.
Okay.
Bryce tried just trying to pick 3 people he doesn't hate.
Obviously Belushi because
Bry,
he's
the
fucking
original hater.
Belushi.
Did you watch the original Belushi?
No, I wasn't alive. I was born in '78. I didn't watch it till like
Just pick
'87.
three guys you thought were
This
funny.
isn't like...
3 guys
okay.
I've watched.
Fucking Christ.
Brian, could you drink more Scorpion?
No.
I could if I didn't have to get up because I was stuck to the fucking microphone.
Can
for
you
this fucking-
undrink a half a scorpion?
Brian, you can take us. You can get up, get your drink, and come back and tell us your answer.
The 3 funniest guys I've personally seen on Saturday Night Live?
Yes.
Okay, Norm Macdonald.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
All right.
Rob
Okay.
Schneider.
Rob Schneider in both bits.
Kevin Nealon.
Okay. You guys want to get really angry? Number
Yeah,
8.
let's get angry. I'm not fucking angry. Let's get angry.
Number 8 is Amy Poehler.
I fucking hate Amy Poehler. She's not funny.
She might be the most overrated
she's not
one.
Funny.
I can't name one skit she's ever
funny
been
looking,
in.
Like she's hideous. That's
Yeah,
the joke. Like, look at her
exactly,
fucking
but she's
alien-like
not funny.
face.
I can't name one skit she was in. I know she was
hangs out
Hillary
with Tina
Clinton.
Fey. Everybody thinks she's fucking funny. She's not funny.
Well, in her defense, I think she does a lot of bits with Molly Shannon, and Molly Shannon's anti-funny. It's like hanging out with like a really fat person, and you look thinner.
Okay, I'll just go through a couple because this bit's over. Mike Myers was 4. Aykroyd was
what?
Aykroyd was 5.
Myers is reasonable.
Bill Murray was 6.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Phil Hartman was 7.
You better be in the fucking top 10.
Gilda Radner was 9.
All right.
Oh, they love her.
Yeah.
He's
Chevy Chase was 10.
No.
Dana Carvey 11. I said that. Will Ferrell was 12. I think it's
He
high.
was funny at Saturday Night Live.
Yeah. Bill Hader was 13. I think Hader's
Really?
good. I think Hader's good.
I mean, he's fun. I like him. He's not bad, but like top 13.
Chris Farley was 15.
What about
Exactly.
David Spade?
Rachel Drath is way too high at 16, by the way.
Ooh,
Rachel Drath.
I don't even know who that is.
Oh, I hate her.
She's the really weird-looking girl. Spade, I'm getting up to Spade.
Is she down at Debbie Downer, that one?
John Lovitz was 19. Sandler
Good.
was 17. And Spade is, I believe, in the 20s. Because it's Rolling Stone, they make you click, like, next page every...
Where's Chevy Chase? One show, but he was the king of that one.
He was 10.
Yeah, he was
Oh,
10.
they said 10. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move to the face. You want to move forward to the Facebook questions?
Sure, we could do that. We had, where was David Spade? 27.
All right, that's not bad.
Not
He
too bad.
wasn't in that much, though.
He was on for 6 years.
You
I
got a
know,
bunch
but
of things.
he wasn't in a lot, though. Like, he didn't
I think he's
star
funny.
in a lot.
I don't really watch a lot of Saturday. I'm just who's funny, who went on
Right.
to do funny things, who's a funny person. Whether or not they had good writers, for their stretch.
I mean, they put Al Franken in the top
I
20,
like
and he sucked. John Lovitz was 19. That's fair. I
If you
guess.
if you ask David Spade, he'll admit he was on the show.
For 6 years.
He'll give you the exact amount of time.
All right, let's do Facebook questions.
Okay, Facebook questions. Will writes, favorite pump up gym song. Brian, you want to lead with this one?
Want to go like fattest to skinniest on the answering these questions?
Brian, what do you when you go to the gym? What do you like? What music do you listen to? Like pump, you get yourself pumped up.
I don't go to the gym.
Yeah, we know that. What song? What song pumps you up?
I don't go to the gym. Nothing pumps me up.
Will, let's say you had to like under federal order, you had to go to the gym tomorrow. What would you play?
Federal order, Jesus. I don't know.
If it was the federal order, we'd all be in prison by now. I mean, come on.
Oh, the Republicans are completely right about Obama. He's really instituting military law, and he says, "Bri, get to the goddamn gym tomorrow, or I'm going to beat the crap out of you."
Let him beat the crap out of me. I don't know anything.
Just pick a damn song.
Yeah, any by Corey Hart. Never surrender.
Probably the Rocky song. What's the Rocky song? Eye of the Tiger?
Yeah, that's predictable.
Jay, what about you?
I'm gonna go "Spit It Out" by Slipknot.
I'm
gonna
just
go.
trying to...
I'm going with the best of Kanye because Jay will get annoyed.
Oh Jesus fucking Christ! The fucking.
I actually would say I do kind of like Eminem for the gym.
Oh
Oh, now you're dancing on a fucking...
Christ!
I just know it'll make you angry.
Brian and I met Eminem.
You guys were both jacking him off.
No, we didn't say a word to him. We just kind of shook our head in disapproval.
And then Eminem got into his Rolls Royce and drove
Yeah,
off
we
to his
walked
mansion.
past him dismissively, and he's got the last laugh.
Yeah, no, this was before he was. It was like when
It was
his
like a week before that song came out.
yeah, it was when his first single dropped, and we hated it. And then he showed up at our college radio station, and we're just like, "Oh, you're the one who made that shitty song." And then a week later, he's got $50 billion.
Like 2 seconds before, he's like, "Hey, I'm going to offer these guys a job. I think they're pretty good. Your music sucks." Okay, oh whatever. I'll move on. I'll make someone else a multimillionaire.
Yeah.
Will writes, should I invest in Netflix? Will wrote a lot of questions.
Invest as in get Netflix, or invest? I'm asking him a question like he's here in the room.
Isn't he in the chat room? Why do we have a chat room, Jay?
I don't know. I thought people
Is there
would.
anyone there?
No, the one person who's in there left.
I think it
Okay.
was me.
No, I saw it was you and one other person.
Oh, okay.
Let's pretend both ways. You invest in Netflix. He means the stock. Do you want to invest in the stock?
No.
I looked. The stock is actually up a lot this year.
Yeah, I
Right
know,
now,
but
I think.
it's going to plateau. And also, Netflix kind of sucks as a product.
They've got some good shows. They're like an HBO. They're almost like a network now. They have a couple of good shows.
Almost like a network.
They don't have like any shows I watch.
I canceled mine because I don't. I only got it for Arrested Development, and then the membership ran out. So.
And then you watched Arrested Development, and you're like, I have horribly wasted my money.
I didn't mind it. We've been over this before. I didn't mind it, but then after that, I never watched it. So I was like, fuck it. What do I need it for?
Well, have you watched House of Cards?
I watched a couple of documentaries, and then I was just like, "Fuck, I don't need this anymore." I have Amazon Prime, and I have all the movie channels, and.
But it's the same argument for any movie channel. It's like Showtime or HBO. They have a couple of good shows.
Right.
Netflix
yeah.
Netflix offers more channels, and you don't need to have cable to get it.
Yeah.
Overrated.
I watch what I watch, and I haven't watched anything new lately, so I haven't had any reason to be like, oh, I gotta get Netflix because I gotta watch blah blah blah.
Will in the show. Do you like Netflix?
No, I don't. I get surprised every once in a while to find, they had Father Ted on there. I thought that was, for them to have that was that was nice. It's nice to see, instead of the complete series of complete shit, like most of the stuff on there, it's like, you watched this, so you would like this, and it's just 30 fucking things I would never watch.
I like House of Cards.
And Mark's saying, what is Father Ted?
I don't know what Father Ted is.
Oh, it's a a hilarious show, not from this country. What do you know?
It's British humor.
Yeah.
Oh, then forget it.
And they wanted to do an American version with the two guys from the Drew Carey show, not Drew Carey, like his friends.
Oh yeah. I would have watched
two
that.
non-funny ones?
Yeah, they wanted to do an American version. I don't know whatever happened with that though.
I'll wait for the Americanized version because I don't want.
That's not going to happen. It's so old now that I don't think they'd ever do it.
Yeah, that would be like them bringing the young ones over.
Right.
We'll also
You and the fucking young ones.
I watched that this
Fucking
weekend.
great show.
Yeah.
You're like one of the three people I know that like the young ones.
It's fucking hilarious.
You will, and a guy I work with are like the only three people I know that like the young
It
ones.
show's goddamn hilarious.
It was kind of funny, but you couldn't really watch multiple episodes of that show.
Or you could, and I did.
I couldn't watch 5 minutes of
Yeah,
it.
because you were fucking laughing so hard.
Yeah.
You would just die laughing.
Yeah, my face hurts, my stomach hurt.
My
It was-
sides.
Yeah.
Will also writes thoughts on McDonald's workers wanting $15 an hour.
They could want it. I mean, I want $100 an hour.
I'm down for them getting paid $15 an hour. Raise the minimum wage. I'm down for it.
What were they getting before that?
8.
Well,
AIDS? Is that what you said?
Well, that too.
AIDS.
8.
You're getting AIDS.
Am I drunk or did he say AIDS?
I said 8.
I kind of heard AIDS
15
also.
an hour. Every
If
hour.
I could get AIDS and $15 an hour, I would take that.
You get $5 an hour raise, but we have to inject you with the HIV virus. We're not saying you're actually going to get AIDS, but it may lead to that.
I'm all for raising the minimum wage, but I don't think they need double their salary.
Well, Walmart just raised everything to $10 for their workers. $15 an hour doesn't seem that ridiculous to me.
I think it does for McDonald's.
My whole theory on that is like, okay, if they're getting $15 an hour, then I think I'll get a little better service at McDonald's. Whereas if they're getting like $8 an hour, they'll be like, fuck you. Here's your fucking Egg McMuffin, and it's fucking cold, and you said no cheese, and there's 4 flits of cheese on it.
But I feel like if you work full time at McDonald's and you make $8 an hour, then you're like on public assistance. You're on like welfare, and we have to pay your salary anyhow. So why does McDonald's pay the damn salary?
All right, but if they're going to get 15 for working at McDonald's, then I need a raise too.
Well, then you talk to your boss. Maybe he'll raise you to $15 an hour also.
Join a fucking union, Jay, with a bunch of minorities or whatever, and maybe you'll get it.
I don't think McDonald's has a union, but I'm down for it. I'm up for it. So it seems like it's 3-1 on this one.
If they want, I don't mind paying another 50 cents for my Egg McMuffin if they're going to get $15 an hour. I mean, whatever.
Yeah, I'd rather let them have more money. Why not? Life sucks. Let them guys that work at McDonald's.
It's not. See, that's the whole bullshit, like Republican thing. Like, they want $15 an hour. They're going to make $2 million a year. No, they're going to make like $40,000 a year like everyone else.
If that, yeah.
Yeah, that's the whole like, oh, you work at McDonald's and you want to fucking, how dare you want to raise from working at McDonald's? Like, dude, I make like $8 an hour and I have 4 jobs because I have 3 kids.
Well, the problem is that would sort of lead to trickle down, where they would actually have to trickle down some of the salary, which is what they preach.
Don't get started on trickle down.
Yeah, we can't make fun of Saint Reagan.
No. You tried that on Facebook the other day, and you got shot down hard.
Oh my God!
Fuck you, faggot!
I got torn apart. You can't say anything about Saint Reagan.
What'd you post?
Some asshole. Somebody put something about questioning Reagan, and the guy wrote "fuck you, creep," and Jay goes, "Oh, that's an intelligent answer." And the guy was like, "Oh yeah, I like intelligent answers," or some shit like that.
Has anyone ever won an argument going, "That's an intelligent answer"? And the other person goes, "You're right. I was being like a child. You're right."
No, I said it was like a well thought out, planned answer when he wrote "F you, creep."
F you, creep. Guy wrote, "You can't write anything bad about Saint Reagan."
Reagan is a overrated criminal. Anyway, William writes, "Should I get a house FO?"
House what?
That's not. What are you seeing? FO. He wrote, "Should I get a house, condo, or co-op? Which is better?"
Oh, above it says you know what, he posted twice.
What do you have, a virus on your computer?
Should I get a house, condo, or co-op? Which is better? A house or a condo? A co-op's the dumbest thing you can possibly buy.
Co-op is the
where
worst.
He lives. Where does he live?
It doesn't matter. Co-ops
I think he
are the
lives in
worst.
Brooklyn.
Okay, I don't know how you know that, but
He's posted this before. They live in Brooklyn.
you're stalking his sexy
I am
ad
outside his
Facebook
bushes
profile?
right now doing the show.
Okay.
Will, take it off. Well, co-ops give you the least amount of rights, so just don't get a co-op.
What is a co-op anyway?
Co-ops are basically a situation where they can prevent people from living there for any reason besides like race or religion.
Oh, okay.
They can say we don't want uppity women, and
We
as long as
don't
they don't say
like-
the word.
They can be like, we don't like bald guys living there, like that.
Yeah,
kind of
they
thing.
can legitimately say we don't approve the sale of your co-op because we don't like bald people.
So basically, if you buy the place and you want to sell it, whoever you're trying to sell it to has to meet in front of the co-op board and interview. And even if they want to buy it, if the board says we don't like that person, you don't get to sell your co-op.
Yeah, and they can really say we don't want to sell to a plumber.
That happened to my friend who had a co-op in Long Island, and he had like 8 people who wanted to buy it, and they turned down all of those people. And he was just eating rent. He wasn't living there, so he was just eating rent for months because they kept turning down everyone who wanted to buy it.
Well, we almost bought a place a while back, and they had like these ridiculous things. They were like, you have to have 2 years of maintenance in escrow. You mean so you guys are going to take the money out of there? No, we're just going to leave it there just in general.
Yeah.
You're like, when's that going to end? We're just not going to who's going to want to buy this from us with this absurd co-op board?
I never understood how people are like, oh, I bought an apartment in New York. Like, how could you buy an apartment? There's no property. You're buying like a fucking room in a building somewhere. I never understood that.
You never understood how apartments work?
No, I know how apartments work, but people literally.
I go down to your place. You should let me in. We all live in the same building.
No. I know how apartments work, but people say they buy them, not rent them. Like, I know the difference between buy and rent. People are like, oh, I bought an apartment. Like, how do you fucking buy an apartment? You should rent an apartment.
Does anyone understand what the hell Brian's talking about?
Yes, he's saying he doesn't understand the value in buying an apartment in Manhattan because
why would you like? I was like these like rich people, like whatever they buy an apartment. It's like a penthouse or whatever. But how could you buy something that's literally just a floor in a building? It's not like you have any property.
I get
like,
no, I understand.
I live in
I
Connecticut.
understand.
I bought a condo. I own a fucking building. But like if I'm like Howard Stern and I bought a penthouse in a building, I own like 2 floors of the building. Like how is that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I think it's a waste of money. I saw my friend. He spent $600 on a house, but he's got a 2.5-story pimp house.
$600?
$600,000. He's got a 2.5-story house, and his backyard goes back like farther than the eye can see. But in Manhattan, that would have been like.
If you're in the middle of Iowa, you could be like, I paid $100,000 and got 400 acres. Why would you buy anything that's less than 400 acres?
Well, that was in Long Island. It's not like Long
400?
Island's
No,
middle
I'm
of the
just like
desert.
a fucking town.
I'm just making the point that like it's different space sizes. Maybe you're really Howard Stern wants to buy 2 floors. He's rich. It's worth that much money. People will pay him for it. So
No, but like, not even Howard Stern. I mean, I know regular people that are like, I bought an apartment or I bought a co-op in whatever, and it's like you didn't buy a co-op, you bought a fucking apartment.
Yeah, it was $800,000. It's 700 square feet.
And I got to take an elevator to get to it, and like, I have no fucking yard.
So if it doesn't have a yard, it's not worth buying?
No, but it's not property. It's like it's an apartment. It's not property.
You don't own the land the thing
Right,
is on. That
yeah.
Yeah. I understand what Bry's saying. I just don't understand what Bry's so angry about.
Like, I don't understand how or why people
I don't understand the economics of New York City.
buy. I don't understand how people quote unquote buy a property in New York.
No, Mark
The only
wasn't.
property in New York is a fucking building.
Mark wasn't confused why you're mad about apartments. He just wants to know why you're so mad at life in general.
I think that's really what it comes
Because I'm fucking drunk
Uh,
and I'm not Jewish. I don't know. What do you want me to say?
Rosario writes, K. William writes, is it bad or am I bad because I sometimes hashtag on Instagram depressed or fat or body check so I can see all the women hashtagging it,
Yeah,
and then I could try to have sex with them because they're
Very
feeling
depressed.
vulnerable.
Very depressed. I don't know who you are. You're very depressed.
Oh, we have Instagram now.
What
Yes.
is Instagram?
I
Somebody-
don't know. I made an Instagram account for this show, which the Instagram thing is The Brink of Sanity, and the next one is NY Nick's Podcast. I have no idea what Instagram is, but the accounts are made.
Will on our show, what do you think about trying to find seeking out depressed fat girls to have sex with them?
You know what I just realized? Jay, if everybody else gets an office, doesn't that mean that that room becomes your big office?
That's true.
Right?
If
everybody
everyone's
else
gone,
in that
yeah,
room
it's all
gets their own
his.
office, and it's just you alone in this big room. That's your big office.
Basically all the open space is just my office.
Yeah. Just fucking lay across like 7 cubicles.
That's true. When I was a temp, they had no desk for me. They put me in a big conference room, and that turned out to be my office for like 6 months.
Good, yeah.
Yeah, they had a conference. They kicked me out, so I walked around the building for like 4 hours because I had nothing to do.
Why don't you just say, like, this entire block's my office? Fuck you all.
I think sometimes that I am that guy from Dilbert, Wally, that just walks around with a cup of coffee. I think that's my life.
You're not that successful, Jay.
I strive to be Wally. Next question.
Gilliam writes, Will was fun last episode. Sounds similar to Tarantino.
Okay.
Any comment on that, Will?
Do you mean Quentin?
Yeah.
Bob
Yes.
Tarantino. He works at 7-Eleven.
Oh, Frank.
No, Jim
Frank
Tarantino.
Tarantino. Oh, yeah. He's my brother.
We don't have to read like back and forths because there's a bunch of back and forths on here. His next question was he was going to watch Star Wars for the first time. Should he watch 4, 5, 6, and then 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6?
Jay,
Just
I've
4,
noticed
5,
you've
6,
taken.
and then that's it.
So you've taken to answering the questions from people they have for the show on Facebook instead of asking
Because
them
he
on
said
the
he
show?
was doing it at that exact moment, so it couldn't wait. It was an emergency.
He didn't say he was killing himself. He said he was asking a question about Star Wars. You could talk about it tonight.
Star Wars is some serious.
If he hasn't seen Star Wars, he's better off killing himself.
4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, but you could skip 1 and 2.
I would go 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, you could do 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 and 2 were bad.
I say 642. Gilliam writes, I'm studying architecture. The other day, a professor in his first class of the semester talked about the World Trade Center. 9/11, this is your...
There we go.
your-
It's my
your-
wheelhouse.
Your wheelhouse. He said the guys on the plane were structural genius.
Oh, yeah.
According to him, you couldn't take a tower like that down with a bomb in the base. It had been tried, and that barely does anything. Instead, what the terrorists did was make the planes crash with a few floors above. That would create a fire. The structure is steel in all those towers. Steel melts down quite easily, unlike wood or concrete. When it got to the right temperature, the floors above the crash fell down, bringing the rest of the tower down too. How does that relate to the WTC conspiracy theories?
I would drop that class, whoever he is, because that guy, his teacher doesn't know what he's talking about.
I don't want to do
you don't want to teach it using his facts.
I don't want to do our 9th straight World Trade Center episode. I just want to say that steel melts at a higher temperature than rocket fuel does. And even if it didn't, it wouldn't have melted uniformly throughout the entire floor to make it fall straight down.
I sent Jay a link the other day. If the plane crashed into the World Trade Center and completely disintegrated, why did they find the terrorist's passport on the ground?
Unscathed.
Everything in the plane disintegrated, burned up, but they found the guy's passport on the ground next to a fucking crumbled building.
Right, and the shoelaces were untied. Tarantino, what do you think of the 9/11 conspiracies? Will Tarantino?
I think he means you, Will.
He's eating.
I'm eating.
Do you believe that? By the way,
Passport that I found.
Jay does not believe in the moon. That's his new conspiracy theory.
It's not made of cheese. Okay. Open your eyes. Wake up, people.
Let's move on.
I get shoelaces. Yeah, you still are. Yeah, I know. What
I was referencing the last time.
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying. You're telling me that guy really shot all those cops on his own.
Rosario writes, it's crazy. A lot of people are playing video games in YouTube and getting paid 6 figures to do it. What the fuck is up with this generation? SMH, shaking my head.
This has been bothering me for a few episodes. It's Rosario. It's not Rosario.
Whatever. It's Rosario?
No, it's Rosero. There's no I.
Come on. Okay.
Where do you get the I from?
What? Go on.
Okay, so people are making a lot of money on Twitch playing video games.
On Twitch?
Yeah, you don't know any of this.
What's Twitch? I don't know what that is.
It's a website where people record themselves playing video games and you watch them play video games.
Oh, how exciting.
And they make money off of it.
But Rosario asked about YouTube. Who watches these things?
I've never
So you actually watch these things, Jay?
Don't lie, Jay. Don't lie. You're on
Clearly you do. What games do you watch? Or have you watched?
I watched Gradius because it was the hardest game I've ever played, and I could not beat it, so I watched the playthrough because I would never...
So speed run you watched?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though it was still like 2 hours, but I watched
Well, Gradius, you can't, the screen scrolls on its own, so you really couldn't do, unless you were going to glitch somehow, you really couldn't do a speed run.
It's so fucking hard. There's no way to beat that. I don't know how that guy did that.
You watched for 2 hours?
Well, not in one sitting, but yeah, I did watch.
Oh, crap. So yeah, that's how people make 6 figures.
And I watched a few Smash Brothers videos.
Jay, you're part of the problem, not part of the solution.
I didn't know they were making money off of it. We can make money off of our YouTube videos if anybody ever watched them.
I like that one you guys did with the MSNBC one. That was pretty funny.
The butterfly?
Yeah, that one was hilarious.
Will,
were you in that one?
Yeah, of course.
What was the
was
butterfly? That one has one of our most hits. That one's got like 75,000 hits.
That one was really funny.
Oh, no. 7,500 hits.
You should post it on our Brink site.
Yeah, well, we have a whole channel where we're clipping the funniest segments of this podcast and putting it on the YouTube channel now.
There's no funny parts of this podcast.
Well, that's why there's one clip every 10 episodes.
Right, you may have some easy time editing for this episode. Rosero writes,
Leave me alone, I'm drunk.
Opinions on the survival game H1Z1.
Never heard of it.
I don't know what that is.
Hizzle?
Let's look it up.
Rosario needs to get a life.
Do you know that? Do you know that one, Will?
No.
H1Z1.
It's a zombie survival game. H1Z1 is a survival sandbox, massively multiplayer online game in development by Daybreak Game Company.
Oh, it's in development, so it's not even...
It's currently being developed in early access release for Microsoft Windows and eventually PlayStation 4. The age rating is 15 on this game.
Oh, zombies in a fucking anything? You don't say.
What is the big thing with zombies? I don't understand it.
They're kind of sexy.
I mean, some zombie stuff is good, like walking.
Everything is zombies. There's no fucking such thing as zombies. I'm sorry.
Do you know our government spent a couple
Do
million
you think it was a
dollars
conspiracy theory? People saying that zombies are real?
No, but people literally take this shit too seriously. Like, zombie apocalypse. Blah, blah.
This isn't a joke. Our government, our army spent millions of dollars on training for the zombie apocalypse. You could look that up. That happened.
Our army also spent millions of dollars training to fight in Afghanistan, and that didn't do any good.
True. Zombies are very hit or miss. The Walking Dead comic is probably the best comic I've ever read, but having zombie mode in every single game is just dumb. They have like Call of Duty, and then they'll have like zombie expansion pack. And it's I don't know. It's played out.
Pentagon documents lays out battle plan against the zombies.
Yeah, I wasn't lying.
I didn't say you were lying.
You fact check everything I say.
Yeah, of course. I want to hear. Actually, I want to hear more about it. Does it have any more details, like what we actually do?
It was just, if you've ever read the Zombie Survival Guide, it was basically
Nobody's read the fucking Zombie Survival Guide.
I read it last week, actually.
You're the only idiot that's read it.
I really did.
It's a hipster.
It was written by Mel Brooks' son. It was good.
There are even contingency plans for how to deal with hospitals and other medical facilities infiltrated by zombies, and the possible deployment of remote-controlled robots to man critical infrastructure points.
I wonder if they just read the book, because I know all this stuff now.
Did anyone really do this? I don't understand. Like, someone was paid a lot of money by the government to do this?
Yes, somebody made probably twice our annual salary doing that.
See, I have all kinds of free time. Like, why can't I get in on that?
Yeah, I want to get in on some of these scam jobs. Like, I don't know if you guys saw the new logo they made for the Cleveland Browns football team.
It's the same fucking thing!
Yes. He made the shading a little lighter on the orange and a little darker on the brown, and just submitted basically the same logo. And he probably made six figures.
He took like a Photoshop and did like hit like the clarity button, and it went like one shade of brown brighter, and it was like, oh, here we go, I'm all done.
Yep.
To be fair, the article points out that the whole zombie apocalypse thing was meant to be an outlandish, like it was meant to be a farcical attack. They wanted to come up with something really, really outlandish and just talk about how the U.S. would be prepared for it.
Yeah, but they spent money.
Who really think that's going to happen, and I mean, they're stupider than people who don't believe in climate change. Or
no, I
any of
think
that.
they were there. I think they were just saying that they're writing this against something that's it's widespread and that's unknown, and so they picked something kind of outlandish. They're saying that it was meant they didn't actually believe the zombies were coming. It was just supposed to be get prepared for something that's like widespread that you're not prepared for.
Have you actually seen climate change?
Well, we're having a winter, so that can't mean we're having climate change. Because
there's no such thing as global warming. It was cold out today, Jay. Figure it out. Come on.
I had somebody
global warming
today.
means we won't have minus 10 degrees in the morning, except that it means that we will.
This creationist was arguing with me today, and he asked if I actually saw evolution.
Yeah. Take place.
I was
When
like,
you say
no, I'm not
creationist-
60,000 years old. I didn't see anything fucking evolve, you idiot.
I met a guy a few weeks ago who asked me if I believed in dinosaurs, and I was like, yeah. He looked at me like I had 3 fucking heads.
Jay, when you say arguing with a creationist, you mean commenting on Infowars?
Yes. And he's like,
You weren't actually in the office, like going like the guy next to you go, "Why do you get an office? You don't even believe in evolution."
well, my cubicle evolved into an office.
Oh, I have those fights in my office. As a matter of fact, Jay, you cost me a chance to get laid, A, and B, you cost me shit with my boss from that thing we had a few weeks ago.
That's pretty impressive from cross state.
Yeah.
Explain.
Please explain.
Yeah.
The American Sniper thing. Remember that big thing I put on Facebook and you were debating it with me?
The one where I yelled at your friend?
Yeah.
Well, she was a dumb bitch. I yelled at her.
Who lived in Boston, I was actually going to Boston for the weekend, and I was hoping to see her and get laid.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other lady who was fighting with us was actually my boss. So it was a little. That's why I tried to put an end to it, because I was like,
I was
didn't wanna
wondering
deal with
why
that
you
shit
were
for
like,
my boss.
yeah, all of a sudden Bry's the voice of reason. Like, well,
Yeah.
let's just try and be nice. And,
We're having this huge debate, and Jay is making like insanely right points, and I'm just like, okay, everybody, let's just settle down. Yeah, we had a nice debate. Because the next day at work, my boss was like, "Oh, what was all that about?" And I'm
One of
like,
your
"Well, you're a fucking moron. That's why."
I made like very valid points, and then the
Right,
stupid
right,
bitch
you
is
did.
like, well, if you're gonna make a point like that, then I'm just gonna leave and never respond again.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah, and that one chick who there's a little story to her, but I met her in Vegas, and she lived in San Francisco. She moved to Boston, and I was supposed to go to Boston that weekend, and I was going to try to hook up with her again, and she fucking told me to go to hell and blocked me and like deleted all my shit.
yes, because of me.
And then I did, yeah, exactly, because of you. And then actually it snowed, and I didn't go to Boston anyway, so it worked out. But
Wait, why was she mad at you? You were trying to.
she was mad at me for like having friends like you.
She was a fucking idiot and a
Yeah.
stupid bitch, and
Yeah.
she doesn't
And then
deserve to be.
the other lady is my boss, who you said something about like, oh, don't believe everything you say on Fox News, and she's like, oh, I don't watch Fox News, and that's all she does is watch Fox News, because every day, like yesterday, she's like, Obama's monitoring the internet, and I'm like, no, it has nothing to do with Obama, it's the fucking speed of the internet.
You know what I found out the other day?
What?
The head of my department actually requests internet logs for all the employees and looks at them. So now I'm going to have all these fucking arguments with assholes on InfoWars about evolution
That's trouble.
show up on my boss's desk.
That's trouble.
Wow.
That's not going to be good.
I would like to point out, though, Bry's Guide to Career Success. Step 1, link to your boss on Facebook.
Yeah, seriously, why
Step
is your boss
2,
your Facebook friend?
post controversial stuff on your Facebook page and encourage your friends to argue. Step
She
3,
never
step
comments.
3,
She
collect
never
unemployment.
comments on my stuff.
Never
But
friend
she did.
cowork. I found out that.
Why would you friend your boss?
Yeah, my last job, I found that out. Never friend your boss on Facebook.
She never comments on anything. But
Doesn't
she
matter.
got about
Right,
that.
right. Why would you friend your boss?
Yeah,
I know.
people Facebook stalk. They don't. People lurk. I've had people I haven't seen in months. They'll like I'll run into them on the subway or something. They're like, "Oh, your Facebook posts are so funny." And I was like, "You've never commented on anything." That people lurk.
The quote unquote my quote unquote girlfriend / whatever she is. Every
Oh,
time,
man.
Girl who's you were trying to hook up with another girl.
no, yeah.
I hope she doesn't listen to the show or have
No, she doesn't
any
listen to
self-esteem left.
she doesn't listen to the show at all. But every time she sees you post, she's like, "Your friend Jason is so fucking funny." And I'm like,
Alright.
well, it's because we agree. I go, half the stuff I post is to try to get him to engage in me.
Did she really say Jay's so fucking funny?
She did. She goes, "Your friend Jason is so fucking funny."
Is that hard to believe, asshole?
It's just like a very like, oh, it's like, your friend Jay posted a funny comment, not that. Jay is so fucking funny.
Bri has, like-
I think she goes because she'll see like what I comment on Jay's, and then she'll go back and read the whole thing. And
Well, Bri also
sure,
has like 17
Right,
friends.
if you're not good to me, I'm gonna find Jay's gonna abuse me instead.
Well, Bri has 17 friends on Facebook, so when I post, it's probably posting on this empty wall.
if I post on Facebook, it's towards like
Wait,
4
wait.
from
She's
Jay.
friends with you. She's friends with you on Facebook, right?
She might be, yeah.
What's her name?
Jason McKenna.
It's probably the only girl on Bri's friends list who isn't like a 45-year-old divorced woman
Can I
with 2
figure
kids.
out who the girl is? This will be great.
I just said all of Bri's Facebook friends are divorced women of 45 years old. So just look for the one that's like 10 years younger.
No, she's 45, I think.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
There we
can I start by women? Is it Andrea Escuste?
No.
Is it Coco?
All right, we're not going to
Cola.
go through.
Come on, just tell me who it is. Megan Fields?
No. Who?
Catherine Ellie? I'm just reading your Facebook
Who the
friends.
fuck's Megan Fields?
I don't know. Lindsay Marie.
No, I wish it was her.
Is it this guy Paul Konoklowski?
No.
Sarah J. Just tell me who it is.
I don't know who it is.
God damn it.
I'm just gonna write everyone's page. Do you think
I
Jason
think-
McKenna is fucking funny?
I think it's Mark Kaplan.
Okay.
Moving on.
Rosario writes, if Rosero,
Rosero, what the fuck?
if I had, you know what the best part is? I've been pronouncing his name wrong for weeks, if not months, and he hasn't had a problem with it.
No,
Okay.
I've been silently stewing while you've been reading this guy's name wrong for weeks.
I get everyone's name wrong. Rosero writes, if I had $10,000, what would be the best way to invest it? I'm going to go with Netflix stock right now.
Gold Club.
I think you should pay me and Will to do another pilot episode. Third time's a charm.
Yeah, there's going to be some return.
Yeah.
You're gonna-
I don't know why we're getting left out of this.
It's got to be some kind of crowdsourcing.
Because
thing,
me
I
and
think.
Will already have 3 failed pilots. The 4th one's a charm.
$2,500 to the 4 of us to make our show better.
You and Will are like the king of like bad timing. You guys are like 2 years too early on everything.
I know. We were like 2 years before Jackass, and then we were 2 years before YouTube. Unbelievable. And everyone I show the show to is like, oh, this is funny shit. I'm like, yeah, I know it's fucking funny.
Now let me tell you something. Back to the stuff we talked about last week with the dating sites. I had a girl recognize me from the show. She's like, I get this message, and she's like, did you happen to have, like, I'm going to sound really insane here, but did you happen to have a public access show? I used to watch it with my sister, and I think, you look like the guy, I'm not sure, you probably have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm like, no, it was me.
Wow.
No, you're right.
That's
so
awesome.
I have the. Did you go out with her, and did she sleep with you on the first date?
No, we did not go out. We did not.
Oh, you got to use that.
She was probably too scared.
That's awesome. I had that happen when I first moved to Manhattan. I was on a date, and we went to a pizza place at like 2 a.m, and some girl was sitting in a booth, and she's like, "Are you Jay from Will and Jay?" And I just turned to the girl. No,
Why,
this
yes.
really happened. I turned to the girl I was with, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's just my TV show."
Not again.
Yeah.
Sign some autographs.
Oh, the fans—they're so annoying.
Meanwhile, Jay told the girl, "No, I'm Will from Will and Jay." What are you talking about?
Yeah. I can't believe it's our 20th anniversary of that shit.
Are you guys gonna do a big? Well, are you gonna do a big reunion special?
I think we should. I think we should round up the old team and do a 20th anniversary episode.
By old team, are two of the is the entire show co-hosting the show right now?
90%. No, we had 2 side characters. We had Jack in the Box, which was a big box that ran around and yelled, and that was Jim, who I just found on Facebook, and we had Hungry Moho, who it's Nick, who just unfriended me on Facebook.
Oh, did he?
Would you be upset if it
You're
was
right,
like you had like a
You're too right wing.
Yes, I think I
wing
must have posted
or something.
some liberal shit, and he hates liberals, so I think he
Like
unfriended me.
Anthony Savarino.
Yeah.
Would you be upset if your co-host, who was like not that funny on the show, became wildly successful? Like your like co-host of the show was Adam Sandler. You're like, he wasn't even that funny then.
It'd be like if I became famous, Jay. That's what he's saying.
Oh, I don't know. It depends what you were doing. If you were doing the same shit where you weren't funny back then, and it just suddenly blew up, that would be kind of annoying.
I'm just drunk.
Yeah, if you can ride on my coattails, you can certainly drag me by the coattails. You know? If you're gonna stand up and start walking, feel free to grab them and just carry me.
So say your
If I could ride your coattails, you could grab mine.
say your co-host who no longer talks to you, who pretends no longer even pretends you exist, was Dane Cook.
Yeah, that would be a little fucked up.
Like Jay and Will would hang out with Dan Cook.
Well, you know, back in Dane Cook just happens to go to their high school. He's like he was like the guy that helped you out in the show. Wasn't even the main guy, and then obviously had an amazing career, and hasn't told a joke that's funny in his entire career.
That would be Will. That would
I-
be like Mike
I
Papil.
think Dan
being
Cook would
famous.
have been too
Yeah.
cool to hang out with Jay and Will.
I can see it. This is just for years. It's like I like to think of it like like you're a connoisseur. Like if you're funny, then you have better taste in what's funny. Like so, it's hard to say. Everything is subjective. But like somebody's telling you something's funny, like, oh man, that's the funniest movie, and you're looking at it like this is just the dumbest, shit. It's really like you're talking to like a chef, like a gourmet chef, and you're telling him about how a Big Mac is delicious, and he's just like, "You fucking piece of garbage." That's what it is, and we've dealt with that. I've dealt with that forever. It's just like, you know what's funny. You can be funny, so you have higher standards for what you're gonna laugh at. Whereas everyone else is just like, I can't. I loved it.
Yeah, Will and I had a public access show for years, and people would come up to us and be, you know what you should do on the show? And you know it's going to be the worst thing as soon as they say that. You guys should, have like a burping contest on the show.
That is the problem with comedy.
So fucking funny.
If you set the bar too high, people who set the bar too low are going to be like, this is what you should do because this is what I like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. Is it Laureen?
No. Oh? No.
He's still trying to.
I want to figure out who this girl is. Can she write into the show?
No.
Bry's like she was never hear the show ever.
It's like she comes near the computer, he just like hits her. He's like, stay the fuck back. If you want to get out, stay with this good thing you have here, where I come in your face and make you leave the house, then you better stay with the computer. Tracy Powers?
No.
Are you going to Meredith Pepe?
No.
Whatever. Moving on. Rosario says he saw my Facebook page for the first time, and he said, my wife, wow, what a lucky man I am, and overachiever. I must say he would be seen as gold in the cuckold swingers world.
What? That doesn't even make sense. Is there a question? Did I miss the question?
I don't know. Thank you, Rosario, for the compliment.
Rosario, stop asking questions.
Rosario writes, do you guys like women MMA like Ronda Rousey and Chris Cyborg?
I hate MMA. I do. MMA is the Dave Matthews of like athletics.
Bri, are there anything you don't hate? If you just had to be positive the rest of the show, what would
give
you
me
do?
like 10 minutes and I'll think of something I don't hate.
Ronda Rousey's kind of cute. I'm looking up Chris Cyborg.
I don't know. MMA, UFC, that whole shit, it just annoys. Like, I have no interest in it. It seems to me like the Dave Matthews of like athletics. Like, we're all into it.
It's way better than boxing.
Well,
Chris
boxing
Cyborg
is
not attractive.
stupid, but I mean, nobody gives a shit about boxing anymore. But I don't know.
I think, Will, we watched like the very first UFC, right?
Yeah, we watched the first 8 or so. Yeah, the original ones were like Ken Shamrock and Hoist Gracie and the Polar Bear, Tank Abbott.
That was when you had to fight
the original dudes. That was when it was illegal everywhere, and then all of a sudden it wasn't. All of a sudden it wasn't. It was okay. So yeah, it's not.
Ken Shamrock's fighting some dude, right? I just read that.
Yeah, I used to like watching it back then.
Back then, you had to fight like 3 times in one night.
Yeah.
And there was no rules. It was ridiculous.
Oh yeah, and it was illegal everywhere. Then all of a sudden it's on TV and it's okay and everything's fine. And I understand that the regulations have dropped over the years, but there's no way it's not the same. It's very fakey at times. I'm not saying it's a complete work, but there's a lot of times where I'm just like, oh, look at them. They're in a lock for 2.5 minutes, and then right before the bell rings, they're starting to swing, and it's just kind of, I'm not saying that it's
So
WWE, but
Vince McMahon runs it.
Yeah, it's questionable.
I don't think it's fake. I just think they changed the rules where people try and take advantage of it now. Like, there was no benefit to doing that back then. First of all, the first couple UFCs, there was no refs. Like, the whole thing was like you just fight until you tap
now.
out.
It's a huge moneymaker. That's why it's.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to pretend your girlfriend is Stormy Daniels.
I'd love for her to be.
That doesn't sound like a porn star name.
She's
at
a
all.
porn star. I'd love for her to be my girlfriend.
Oh, it really is a porn star?
Jay, do you have any porn stars you're linked to on Facebook?
No, but I've been linked to porn stars since I've known
I
him,
admit I follow a ton of porn on Twitter, and the only reason I do is because one day I'm going to see a picture of somebody I know, and then I'm going to delete all the porn that I know.
Step 1, link to boss on Facebook. Step 2, link the porn stars.
Sounds like a good plan.
Brian's Guide to Career Success. Step 1, set up a Twitter account. Step 2, follow up the porn stars. Step
I follow
3,
a lot of porn,
have
'cause
my
one of
coworkers
these days-
follow me.
One of these days, somebody I know is going to show up there. I'm going to be excited, and then it's all over.
Why do you have to follow them on Twitter to follow them?
I don't know. Well, how else am I going to follow them?
Yeah, but if you're following people who aren't your people you know on Twitter, then how does that lead you to people you know?
Well, no, it's random porn. It's not like the people I know who are going to post.
So you're
porn
just
pictures.
wildly clicking follow on anything that says porn.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
What's the difference?
I don't know. It just seems a little weird.
Boobs are boobs.
Yeah, I don't. It's just Twitter's not the greatest like porn site.
Actually, it is if you pay attention to it.
Okay. Anyway,
Everything on the internet is porn at some point or another.
that is true. There's nothing you can Google or click on that doesn't lead to a porn site.
Yeah.
They were saying, I was reading an article today about how Snapchat basically is now driven by like half of it's like porn.
I thought it would start it off like that.
I don't understand Snapchat. I was out at a bar last week, and this lady I know put it on my phone, and I don't understand what it is all about.
From what I understand, it's text messages that disappear as
Right.
soon as you read them.
And it's
Yeah.
supposed, yeah.
So basically they're saying the porn stars will do like private dances for people or something like that, or do things on there that disappear right away thereafter.
Right, and this chick hasn't sent me anything naked, so I'm a little like annoyed with it.
I don't know. It seems
Who's more annoyed with it, you or the girl that you're ruining her life by dating her?
I don't know, probably both of us.
So okay.
Go, Jay.
I just want to keep the show moving because it's kind of derailing. Marvel.
You
and-
should have stepped
Mark
in
has
about
an
an hour ago.
unhealthy obsession with my life, so.
Yeah.
I am fascinated with your life, Bri.
Oh, you know how 2 episodes ago I said we were sold out of one of those Colors of Brink of Sanity shirts?
You lied.
Yeah, I forgot about the box that was in my closet. So they're back in stock,
shirts?
folks. That was fun. That was a fun find.
You sell shirts? What a sellout.
Yeah, I went way ahead of myself when the show started, and I did everything like 10 steps too early. I got shirts when we got like our 25th follower. I'm like, oh, we'll get shirts. And, you know, I'll get 25 shirts, and all 25 people will buy shirts because I'm a fucking idiot.
Bri, I hope your girl is Audrey Cutchin. She's kind of hot.
She's a newswoman.
A nudist woman?
No, a newswoman.
Oh.
I'm obsessed with her because when she's on TV, she doesn't move her face when she talks. Like, all she does is move her mouth. She's like a robot.
You're a strange person.
Thank you.
are. Do you live near Enfield, Connecticut?
Like 25 minutes.
It sounds like it's about the right range.
Why? What's going on in there?
Is your girl named Stacy?
No.
Okay. Why don't you just tell us who it is?
Do I have a Stacy in my friends? No,
I'm just
no, I
picking
don't.
every goddamn girl. There's like 12 girls.
I
here.
gotta
can't
go
name
look
them
and
all.
see who this is now.
It's Gail Frank, actually. It has to be Gail Frank.
She lives in Las Vegas. No, and she's like 60 years old.
She's hasn't seen 60 in like 20 years. Kathy Flan,
No.
James Munson, and his wife.
No.
Oh, you suck at this. I don't understand. Everyone else would tell you who their girl is. Why would you tell us? We're just gonna friend her and just like
Send her
Start-
links. I'll just clip all the clips of Bryce saying terrible stuff and send it to her.
By the way, the Knicks are tied with the Pistons with 6 seconds to go.
Okay, I was recording the game, so that just
They'll
saved me
lose.
2 minutes.
They'll lose.
Oh
Don't worry.
shit! Really?
Yeah. Well, as long as you don't tell me the ending, I guess.
Are the Knicks going to get the first pick? I
Yeah.
hate to spoil another podcast, but
Jay,
Yeah.
you move the show along.
Okay. Are you guys familiar with the Marvel versus Fox feud?
no.
So basically, Marvel was about to go bankrupt, and they sold the rights to a bunch of their characters to Fox. And then Marvel recovered, and now they're pissed that they don't own the rights to some of their characters. So what they're doing is they're trying to make those characters as unmarketable as possible so that Fox will sell them back the rights. So, like, Fox owns X-Men. So, in the comics, Marvel killed Wolverine. And in the comics, Fox owns Fantastic Four, and in the comics, the Fantastic Four have been going on for over 600 issues. They're just canceling the book.
Can we hurry up with this segment? Because I really don't care about it.
Well, I know you hate everything.
Jay wants to do a bit where we like pretend to be the executive.
I have no interest.
No, you say-
I have no knowledge or interest in comic books.
You say what you would do to ruin the franchise.
Will knows what's up.
That's what's
I know,
up.
Will-
That's how you do a bit.
Exactly. That's a bit, folks. You don't just say I hate everything. This is a bit.
Yeah, you turn your hate into laughter because you're
It's
gonna
not that
say-
I hate it. It's I have no knowledge or interest in it. So I don't even know what you're talking
The whole
about.
bit would be, how would you make these franchises as unmarketable as possible?
It would be funnier if you don't know what you're talking about. Cyclops is a fucking faggot and he fucking fingers Spider-Man in his asshole.
Well, that's what I always thought happened. They're all Republicans, aren't they?
I don't know if they get into politics in the X-Men. I haven't read any of those issues. The one
Well,
where
you guys handle that.
they-
And let me know when we're on to the next.
the one where
subject.
Archangel votes for Obama and he gets kicked out of the X-Men. Yeah, I don't think I read that one.
If anybody cares what color that fucking dress is, it's
No.
the color that Obama says it's not.
I don't want to hear a word about that fucking dress. Bane of my goddamn existence on my Facebook feed. Bri posted some shit about that this morning, and I'm like, I don't know what that is. And then
And I
25
posted
straight
an awesome
people,
Simpsons quote.
25 people in a row posted about this stupid fucking dress. I don't want to hear it.
And I gave you an awesome Simpsons reference for that.
So if
What
I
was
wanted
it?
to make,
I want to hear it. What was the Simpsons reference?
Jay put a joke like, "Oh, should I Google Dressgate?" And I posted the picture of Rex Banner with Comic Book Guy, and I said, "So don't poke wise with me, Tubby."
Bri liked to call me Tubby in college.
That's the joke.
And you were supposed to write back, "Tubby." Oh yes, Tubby.
Oh yeah, forgot about that.
So
Simpsons
the,
have been bad
the
for so
awesome
long.
joke you posted on Facebook from The Simpsons was an inside joke that we're not going to all get.
Yeah.
Yeah, which we now recorded on the podcast.
Well, Jay commented on it, so I reposted it to him. I mean, he would know it.
So if you
I
were
know, but I
making
like
the
your intro,
Fantastic
you're like,
Four as unmarketable as possible, what would you do?
What?
I would make Bri one of the characters.
What was the question?
It would be the four of us as the Fantastic Four.
We would be the characters. Wolverine bought a scorpion ball.
And then just spoke incoherently about abusing his girlfriend for an hour.
I don't abuse her.
Not physically.
Oh. Yeah. Well,
You're like, oh, you got a point there.
all right.
I don't, who else did a character on the X-Men besides Wolverine? Dr. Magneto is like eating dinner the whole episode.
Professor Storm.
Oh my god. Can you guys start reading comics? I don't do much else now, so I really don't have anything to talk to you about.
Could you sleep at night? To move on to a different topic.
Well, you want apnea updates?
Yeah, I do.
Well, yeah, sure. This comic book bit is going.
You guys
Splendid.
completely fucked up my bid, and I don't like you guys at all for that. Okay, fine. I got my
our show's wrapping up anyhow. So tell us about apnea.
I got my apnea machine, and they dropped this bomb on me that I have half obstructive and half central sleep apnea. So obstructive is like I'm fat,
you got an apnea machine.
yeah. Well, yeah, yeah.
Tell us what the machine is.
It basically hooks up to your face and it blows air down your face. So you can't wake up from not breathing because there's constant air flowing into your face.
Are you wearing a Darth Vader mask
It's
at night?
really, really good for your self-esteem.
What does your girlfriend say?
Oh, she thinks it's the hottest thing.
Snuggling, just climbs in there with you.
Yeah, it's the sexiest thing. So I got this machine, and they dropped this bomb on me that I have dual apneas, the obstructive and the central. The obstructive is like I'm fat and your airway closes off, so you lose weight and it goes away, which is fine. But the central is your brain forgets to tell you to breathe when you fall asleep, and nobody knows what causes it, and nobody knows how to get rid of it. So
so you're not going to be like going on a diet. It's not going to cure this part.
he said it might not, or the central part might be so little that if I lose weight, then I won't it won't really affect me with the other part. But nobody.
So why bother losing weight then? That's my theory.
Well, here's the other thing. This coincided with an invite to a bachelor party in Vegas.
Ooh, when?
Can I just point out before you go your tell about that?
Yeah.
So when someone says to you, "Oh yeah, you're so stupid, your brain forgets to breathe," you're like, "That's true." Actually.
Burn.
Yeah, I saw that on that Yo Mama jokes.
You're
like, God damn it, that's an actual. That is true, and my mom is loose. You're right.
The July 18th through the 20th, I believe.
All right.
So now I have the dilemma of, do I go to Vegas with a fucking apnea machine, because now I'm going to have to share a hotel room with people I probably don't know.
Why don't you get your own hotel room?
Why don't I pay double money just because I'm embarrassed that a machine hooks up to my face?
Well, you're going to Vegas, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so who cares? Just tell the people I'm fucking weird. I wear this Darth Vader
Yeah,
thing.
where are you staying? You'll get your own bed that way.
Well, I'm getting my own bed anyway. I think there's only 8 of us and they reserve 4 rooms.
Okay,
Who's
so
getting
just
married?
one.
Huh?
Who's getting married?
Alex?
Ah,
Yeah, I
Alex
think.
from the show.
Yeah, I think you guys have.
I know
done shows
Alex.
with him, yeah.
Where's my fucking invite, Alex?
When is it? July?
Yeah, 18th. through
I'm
the
going
20th.
out at the end. I'm actually going to be in Vegas the week of that big boxing match. The Mayweather thing.
Mm.
I'm
So,
going to it because it's like.
Do you
$5,000.
know another guy on the trip that you could be like, hey, I'm going to wear this Darth Vader mask, so if you want to come on to me, you have to get used to it.
Well, I know Alex. I don't know if I got priority.
I wouldn't worry about it, Jay. It's fucking. Who gives a shit?
Are you really worried about this, or do you not really care?
Yeah, I worry about everything. I have a fucking anxiety condition. I worry about what the fuck I'm gonna eat for breakfast tomorrow. I have intense anxiety.
So here's the question: do you tell the guy about it that you're sharing the random stranger who you just met? Do you tell him about it ahead of time, or do you let him find out when you just put it on?
Or do I give him a lot of shots so he falls asleep first and then put on the mask?
Drug him and abuse him. That's a great idea.
I don't know.
It's weird. I don't remember falling asleep, and then I woke up, my underwear was off, and Jay was wearing a Darth Vader mask. God.
It's a bachelor party. Nobody's gonna care.
Can you wear it to the strip club?
Why
No,
would
you
I-
wear it when you sleep. I have one too.
I know, but it would be really great if you forced the girls to give you lap dances while you're wearing this mask. She's like, my job just got worse.
I don't even think there's gonna be strip clubs involved.
Well, why the hell would you be in Vegas?
There's strip clubs are the most awkward thing.
Wait,
The problem with Vegas is that ever since The Hangover came out, that's all people think of as Vegas.
No, I think people always thought that about Vegas.
Right, but they did, but now that's what they expect to do.
to get
Instead of just going out, staying there, and whatever, it's like, oh, we got to do something where we don't fucking remember. And
Go to Mike Tyson's house.
yeah.
Yeah, he's got to punch one of us in the nose, or it's not a full trip.
Now we
Bri,
can't
did you
just-
have an experience like this, Bri?
I never went to Mike Tyson's house. No, but I was in Vegas a year ago, and I blacked out the last night I was there, and I woke up the next morning in my room sleeping with all my clothes on. And the last thing I remember was 9:30 at night, and then all of a sudden I woke up. It was 7:30 in the morning with all my clothes on in my bed, and my room was literally. I was at the Mirage, which is there's 4 big wings, and my room was the last one in the wing. I have no idea how I got to my room because I probably bounced off every door on my way down, but I got there.
So you're saying everyone thinks they have to have the hangover when they go down there.
Yeah.
That was you.
Well, no, I was gambling, and I drank a bunch of. I drank a bottle of wine, and then I went to my room. I wasn't out on the street fucking beating up Mike Tyson or driving police cars.
I don't think anyone in the Hangover movie actually beat up Mike Tyson.
How'd
Well,
you black
you know
out
what I
from wine?
What?
How'd you black out from wine?
I drank like 7 glasses of wine. They give you like a full glass.
I've never been able to. I usually get a headache by my second glass.
They give you they give you in Vegas. They give you like the full glass. And I just was
Where
just
were
sitting
you
there.
at where the main drink was wine?
I was at the Mirage. I sat down. I was like, "Give me some Pinot Grigio," and the lady kept coming, giving me full glasses. I had about 8 glasses of wine, and then I left. The last thing I remember, I was sitting at the table playing, and I had $100 left, and it was like 9:00. And then I woke up. It was 7:30 in the morning. I was face down on my bed with all my clothes, and the $100 was gone. And my dad was like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "No." He's like, "Yeah, I came home and you were struggling. I was trying to take your shoes off, but you kicked me. So I just said, 'Fuck you,' and left them on."
You keep saying all my clothes on with like as if you're like, it would have made so much more sense if I had woke up black from being blacked out and had my pajamas on. Where
Well,
were my
no, I mean,
pajamas?
I was just passed out on top of the bed. Like I wasn't under the covers or anything. Like I was just like fell on the bed and was just like, okay, well, I'm dying.
I think the best part of the story is that you kicked your dad.
Wait, your dad was on the bachelor party with you?
No, I wasn't at a bachelor party. Jay is the one going to the bachelor party.
Wait, oh, you were in Vegas with your dad?
Yeah,
Oh, what were you guys doing?
gambling and drinking.
And your dad let you hit the Pinot hard?
He doesn't give a shit.
Daddy, I am drinking Pinot tonight. You get the fuck out of my face.
I'm a grown man. I'll drink as much wine as I want.
Well, the next year I went there, I brought a chick back to my room, and while he was gambling, and I was like, "Don't come back until I see you again."
Daddy, you can stay in the closet and jerk off, but you cannot let her know you're here.
This chick sat down next to at the table next to me and was like, "I'm skipping my flight. I can't go home till the morning." And all these guys were like, she's like, "You could take care of me." And she pointed. I was like, "Okay." She's like, "I need to go sleep." I'm like, "All right." I'm like, "Dad, don't come upstairs till I call you."
Okay, son. You
Vegas
can
is
get
fun.
laid tonight.
He doesn't care.
Would you be okay if your dad wanted to like just watch?
That's not his style.
That's not how he rolls.
Would have been awkward if he walked in though, like halfway through and just like had to get something.
Yeah, it would have been, yeah.
He's like, no. Don't let me interrupt. Just keep doing about your business. I left my watch in here. I get my watch. Just hang on.
No, I had to wait till she passed out and then go downstairs and be like, "All right, you can come up to bed now."
Has anyone else shared a moment like that with their dad?
No.
No.
No. I've had moments where I had to try and justify how fucked up I was, but it didn't involve like fucking women right next door.
He was the one that introduced me to her. She was playing at the table, and I came down, and he goes, "Sit next to her. She needs to know 2:30 her flight leaves. You got to tell her when it's 2:30." So I'm sitting down there, and she's drinking, and I'm like, "It's 2:30." She's like, "I don't think I'm going." She had this low-cut shirt on with big boobs. And she's like, "Can somebody take care of me if I miss my flight?" And all these married guys are like covering their face. And she's like, you could take care of me. I'm like, "All right, fine." So we had like 3 more glasses of wine. And she's like, "I don't know why this always happens to me. I always miss my flight." And I'm like, "You don't know why you keep missing your flight? Because you have big fucking tits and everybody's looking at you."
Oh no, when I was living back at my parents' place after college, I had just finished fooling around with my girlfriend. It was during Christmas break, and my mom came into the room to give my girlfriend a Christmas present.
Yeah.
And my girlfriend was still laying in the bed topless, so she had like the blanket up to her neck, and my mom gave her the present, and she's trying to like open the present, without moving the blanket, and then she opens the present, and my mom wants to give her a hug, and it was the most awkward, like, it was brutal. So that was as close as I came to that kind of situation. There was also there was a bunch of times where I had to justify doing insane shit when I was really drunk. Because that one year I lived back at home, it was like the year after college, so I was used to just getting blacked out. But then now I had to deal with the whole parents factor after that.
Yeah.
there was the one time, Will, when we were fucking hanging out, and we lived a few miles from each other, and I woke up without my car because it was still at your place. I don't even know how the fuck I got home, but my car was still parked in front of Will's, and it was my mom's car, and she was asking where the car was. I'm like, it's out front. Where the hell do you think it is? And I I looked outside, and the car's not there. I'm like, ruh-roh. Wasn't that the same night where your mom was asking me to move the car because I was parked in front of your mailbox or some shit?
You got me. I no clue.
I think you were telling me the other side of the story where your mom's like, where's Jay? And some other dude is passed out in your room.
Oh, yeah. I'm like, yeah, he's right there. And I'm like whipping him. I think it was Jim Pepper. And I'm like fucking whipping him. Like, he's right here. Like, instead of just pointing, I like whipped him with a belt. Like, that would make him get up and go, I'm Jason. And I look and it's not you. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I don't know. He walked home, I guess.
He walked 3 miles home.
Left his car here.
Oh, good times.
I had a friend of mine drive me home from the bar once. And then he left me a voicemail in the middle of the night. It was like, hey, I'm sorry I left you at the bar. I hope you got home okay. I'm like, you drove me home. Really? I don't remember that.
Yeah, that's no good.
No.
So are we done?
I think our show's done. I was watching the end of the Nick game, actually.
Did we even start?
Oh, yeah, I forgot to hit record. We got to start the show over. Welcome to episode 206, folks. Okay, so thanks for listening, everybody. We are at Brink of Sanity 3 on Twitter, brinkofsanityshow.com. I guess we're on, what's that site? Instagram? The Brink of Sanity on Instagram?
Insta, Pinterest.
If somebody wants to leave us directions on what the hell to do with it, I have no idea.
Good luck
You
figuring
post
out what happened on
pictures
this
that-
show.
Join
Yeah.
the Facebook group. Do a whole bunch of shit. Email us, thebrinkofsanity@gmail.com. Anything else?
No.
Buy all the shirts because I don't want them in my apartment anymore.
We'll give you a good deal. If you act now, you can buy the shirts for the price that Jay is listing them for.
Yes, if you go on to brinkofsanityshow.com/store, you could buy the shirts for the price they're listed there. And then you can own them. And
For
then
a
you
limited time.
And then you could send us a picture and I could put that on Instagram because that's what people do, right?
Just think about, would you rather buy a shirt from Brink of Sanity or Nick's, or would you rather buy an apartment in New York City?
Right. I think the answer is obvious. That's it, right? We're done?
Yeah. What did we learn today?
We learned that Bri on Scorpion Bowls is a lot more fun than super depressed, manic depressive Bri.
I agree.
Oh, you could also go to our YouTube page if you want to see. Email us and let us know what you thought was the best segment of tonight, and then we'll clip that as a YouTube segment.
There's no way we're getting an email.
You never know. Maybe Rosario.
We learned that Bry's dad's a good wingman.
He is, actually.
We learned that my Marvel vs. Fox bit never got off the ground because you guys are dicks.
We learned that Bry does not like any character that's ever been on SNL.
That's not true.
Well, you couldn't even come up with a list of 3.
I thought I did.
No, you didn't.
We learned that Bry hates a lot of things.
Yeah.
Norm Macdonald, David Spade, and Dan Aykroyd.
Great. Why couldn't you do that an hour ago when we were trying to...
He said 3. He said Kevin Nealon. He did his 3.
Oh, yeah,
I
that's
did
right.
my 3.
He did his 3. He did his 3.
That's right. He said Rob Schneider before.
Well, it didn't have to be the best 3.
Martin Short admitted he was only on the show for 1 season. He admitted it.
Oh, what?
Martin Short admitted that he was on the show for 1 episode.
Oh, yeah.
What was it?
1 season.
1 season.
And I don't think he's that funny.
I agree with that.
Okay. Thanks for listening, everybody. We'll be back in 2 weeks, and then we'll have more nonsense.
Okay.
Thank you.
My love